Oh yeah, 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 yeah. I'm talking to my African people, yeah. Oh yeah, hey, 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 hey. Oh yeah. The lions in captivity were born to be free and give them their liberty to restore their dignity. Yeah, 'cause we was born to be free. Oh, and we was born to be free. Hey. The lions in captivity were born to be free. Give them their liberty and restore their dignity. As we was born to be afraid. Tell life vision, not tell them so. And yes, we was born to be free. Oh yes. Tuli zali waku wahuru. Tuli zali waku wahuru. The lions are so strong, yet in a captivity they don't live long. Oh, Jaja, what they're doing is so wrong, denying the lions of their kingdom. Now the sheep have gone astray. The whole lion have been taken away, taken from the pride all along the mountainside. Now the sheep have been scattered far and wide, where wolves and leopards abide now. So send my sons and daughters from the ends of the earth, 'cause we was born to be afraid. Rastaman was born there. Africans was born to be free. To be free. And we was born to be free. Atulisa libakuwahuro. Oh yeah. Yes, we was born to be free. Born to be afraid. That's why television still a place in town, giving the people what they really want. A truth and righteousness, a full of culture. No, we was born to hear the freedom song, and them still a blazing in Eastern Africa. You could have find us in downtown, or as the man we was born to be a we was born now, and he was born and when the we was born the rest of man was born. Yes, I don't let them barricade and moderate the people. We got to free up the bridges, free up the lanes, the streets. We got to run them streets there. Rule our we own destiny now. Break down the borders and the barriers. Only Mama Africa, we got to be free. This is our root. It is our rightful roots. It is our rightful place. It is our rightful time to live. Take your stance again, Africa. Elijah.
Aye.
Liberation in this Iowa and forever. There's no time to tarry, no time to wait. We don't have to beg or ask or plead for this cause here. This is our rightful time to take this mantle. Freedom, liberation, Africa. Marcus Garvey. Holy Emmanuel I Selassie. Rastafari.
Aye.
I take him in.
Yes,
fully balanced Queen Omega.
Yes, I.
Give thanks.
Rastafari.
So in this Iowa, we look into the issue of how could we free ourselves, and in how many ways right now we could have access to self-rely and invent our destiny in this time. And forever, we're looking into farming, looking into also artwork and using our craft and our handiwork to get ourselves out of this turmoil that we are in as African youth, as, Kemetic, ancestral children. We have an obligation, a duty, to keep Africa alive and keep that spirit of Ubuntu and that oneness, So we got to share our skills, whatever you know, give to one another them skills, because someone who knows a little something about making handmade jewelry, or next one know about, making dolls, and next man or daughter know about making scarf or something like that. Let us incorporate these things, to liberate, to sustain, to, emancipate I from these chains and,
True.
Yes, I.
Yes, I. Give thanks, yeah, man, yeah, woman, yeah, children. Don't tell I vision. Tell I and I vision.
I and I vision.
Yes, I. Yes, I. Yes, I. So we're here with Lavosti. We're having an interview. Them call them but it's an interview, saying, because, yes, I. It's I and I who have to look I and I into I and I self first, so that I and I can now talk to the people. So we have an interview today with Lavosti. But yes, I. Another acoustic session first. Yes, I.
Hi, na. Oh, mama, yeah, na. Pass me the spliff there, my lad. I want to take a talk. Agriculture is the key for you and me to be free. Agriculture is the key for you and me to be free. You got to till the soil. In this time, my people, you got to till the soil now. Ukulima ndiyo njia ya ukombozi wa mama Afrika kwa huno msimu na sasa. You got to deal with agriculture. It's the only way to be free. Agriculture is my culture, yeah. Rasta man got to free the people now. You see, Ital is vital. Tunaishi vyema kula vyema. Chakula unachootesha mpaka uvune. Rasta anakuambie, what you see is not what you get. You gotta give and get and be free. Self-reliance is the key. Agriculture is my culture. To be free, John children hear this, they say hungry. Hungry. Agriculture is my culture. Wacha miti ime, otesha miti leo, otesha miti. Wacha miti ime, wacha miti ime. Rasta man, wacha miti ime, otesha miti ime. Panda miti today, wacha miti ime, otesha miti ime. Otesha miti na. Haile Selassie, I say, wacha miti ime, otesha miti. Hear what Rasta man I say. Yes, sasa, wacha miti imee, au sio? Otesha miti. Ama vipi, kwa mazingira mema, kwa vyakula vya kuboresha maisha yetu kama vijana wa sasa. So much has been bombarded in our, way of living. We find that so many industrialized, engineered foods that are coming our way. This has been engineered and specifically designed to keep us in a certain state of mind, a certain controlled state of being where you're controlled by these chemicals, where you cannot think until you eat certain things. You cannot feel alive until you ingest yourself with these engineered foods. Because now is a genetical, kuna war sahi inaendelea ya chakula. Food is a big war. If I can control how you eat, I can control your DNA structure and so on and so forth. So there's people who know these things. So as young people, to eat vegetables and food that is less contaminated with, toxicides and pesticides and toxicides and all them sides. You should actually have a clear mind when you eat these vegetables that are void of these things. So you find our youth should emulate Ital Livity, which is vegetable eating culture. Rastafari.
Yes, sir. Maybe I'd like to point out also, because as a conscious man who wants to take care of the body,
Yes, sir.
you want to feed your body Ital. So you come to find that sometimes even what you're eating you think is Ital.
Yeah, man.
Like the bananas, there's some bananas,
Very careful.
especially very many of them in Nairobi nowadays. If you actually look at them at the end, at the tips, you see like it's a nice yellow banana.
Yes,
But
sir.
at the end of the tips, you find some, like raw green.
True.
So yes,
Yeah,
sir.
man. I will. Yeah, man. Expound on that. To be honest with you, every food has a seed. Every fruit have a seed. So if you eat something that is seedless, even people who I know, Rasta people, certain Rasta would tell you, oh, real good marijuana is seedless marijuana. I beg to differ. Marijuana have to have seeds. That is real, natural. The word organic has actually been bastardized because they have misused the word organic. So you find certain labels with these names like geo-friendly or environmental friendly or natural. These words have been misused, and you might find they tell you is organic, but they've used chemicals. Even the fertilizers is chemicalized. So Rasta people and I youth there should also know these things, because whenever you see these names put in your face that they are actually supposed to be helpful for your body and rare, it's not true, my lords and empresses. We find that now we have to make our own medicines. Our food has to be our medicine. So whatever we plant has to be what we grow. That kind of culture. And I find my people still buying from Nakumat, which I don't blame them for nothing like that, because we haven't really been taught the culture of growing food in our generation. Most of our forefathers did that kind of thing. But we have to grow it within us. We have to learn it in our way of living, that we have to grow our own food. So you'll find even these chemicals that have been put in banana, and some lady today who I was talking to, she said she read somewhere on a blog, they said they ingest AIDS virus, HIV virus in the bananas now in America, and people are afraid to eat them and that kind of thing. So there's a lot going on. They said food is one way to control people. In those days and before Hitler, and even in times of Caesar and Constantine in 335 AD, they saw people were self-reliant back then, and people grew their own food and took care of themselves. Now they said, to control these people, we have to feed them. We have to give them religion and nourish them in so many ways. So that's how they can manipulate our DNA structure. That's why you find there's gay people. The gay syndrome has come about because they have come to manipulate the genetic compound, the composition of people, just through food and diet. You can do your research about that. There's a whole war about how they can reduce the population of people by just giving them food. So because you find our ancient fathers, my father, his sperm count was actually 100 and something. Our sperm count now is almost like 25 to maybe 50 or something like that. So there was a reason that was constructed to keep us in this situation. So we have to come off of that and break down them little food, diet constructs that have been set up for us.
True. Yes, sir. Give thanks, to also initiatives like Africulture. You can check them out on Facebook. Them trying the organic thing there in Maragua.
Yes, sir.
In Kitui. So Africulture. You can check them out on Facebook. You've mentioned growth, which is a very important side aspect, especially when we find ourselves in a situation, unajua shamba ni kidogo,
Yes, sir.
ama land, ama you find yourself living in an apartment block,
Yeah.
9th floor. So how can we bring, at least this kind of culture closer, even though you're in an apartment, because sometimes, we find ourselves in such
Yes, sir.
situation.
So within these times, there's a lot of plastics, we have to reinvent ourselves in this metropolitan way of living now. That you find we're living amongst Rastaman, dwell among the city and these kind of places. We have to make soil, put in a pot. We have to design these little setup where even tires and things like that, you can recycle them. Even empty water buckle vessels. There's a lot of things. There's a lot of tubs, toilet tubs and things you get tossed in the toilet, the trash. You can use a of these little, chupa na nini. Kuna mambo kibao unaweza tumia, hata gunia, the gunias and them something there. You can put soil in that and grow vegetables. The best seeds you can find are mostly found within the marketplaces. When you go to the market, the discarded fruits and discarded vegetables that you find in the trash, most of them are indigenous. These smaller looking ones that look very weak and looking very feeble, these are the ones you can use. Don't go to the shop or supermarket to buy the seed, because these seeds are not meant for human consumption. They're meant for maybe survival if you're going out of space or them something, because these are engineered foods. When you plant it on your soil, they destroy your soil count. There's a lot of things going on within how if you ingest that in your body, you're ingesting chemicals that are going to tamper with your way of thinking, how your health, your white cells, and a lot of things going on. So there's a big war going on with these Monsanto people, and a lot of diseases you find going on right now are actually orchestrated by these people, so that they can have a monopoly to control the population. Because if the people can have a freedom of birthing in an astronomical rate, where you find so many people just, free up in them something there, they cannot control that. They don't want many people, so that's how they can rule their own future and their whole monetary of the financial. There's a lot of things involved in reducing population. That's why vaccines were designed, and it is specifically meant for the black male, because the black male has the genetic code that can wipe out all races, As poor as a black man can be, a black man can be so poor, but if he still can have a sperm, his sperm can annihilate all races of people, Chinese, you name them, every race.
And yet the black mother is the one who can give birth.
There you go. You see, and that's where you find the black woman now is the goddess, where has been put aside, because if you worship the black woman, you actually giving the resonance now, the powers to the anciency of how we used to live as African people. Long ago, they tell us that we worshipped, the deity of the woman, because the woman is the giver of life. She will birth kings and queens. She, within her loins, liveth and reigneth all life.
All creative
all
forces.
creative force.
Tell I and I vision.
Yeah, man, Haile Selassie, King Alpha, Queen Omega, I take him and then I give thanks for this year situation, this year session, this year opportunity. I'm a VP. She just even reason with I and I intellectuals and, rightful generals in this time. So, to be honest with the eye, it's just upfulness, and the work of your hand shall save you. You see, the craft, the skills is what is needed for the youth them right now. So remember to sign up and register yourself and show yourself worthy and rightful for the work, for the ancestors to see that we are there as young people in this year century, in this year Iowa, and this year time dispensation we ena tuje tujitoe vipi kwenye ile, unajua tuna mpaka medical schools zetu kama mayouths, sio ati watu wazee nini, mayouths kama mayouths, sio tuna mpaka school zetu, institutions zetu, tuna pia art center na vitu kama vile. So that's why we need everyone to be mobilized, to come together and bring forth your skills. Whatever you know, bring to the table for Rastafari youth to benefit in this time. Make an effort as a young person to meet up with I and I family. Don't ever stop mingle and reasoning with I and I people, because the more I and I rub shoulder and reason about here and that there, that's how we get ourselves out of this here turmoil we in Rastafari. So keep the fire blazing and don't stop chant a psalm, a prayer to the ancestors. Because I keep saying ancestors because I stop in at them Jesus something there. No disrespect to all mansions of Rastafari, 12 tribe, Bobo, Nyabingi, respect. But I've come to that road in this journey of my life right now where I want to go back into just knowing that I and I is God. And only I and I can redeem I and I. There's no other force from nowhere. Because the ancestors already impart this DNA knowledge within our blood. And only thing we need to do is breathe and just move on. And everything is already within us. We just have to take that, responsibility as young people. Help one another. My youth squeezy kila mtu ni about themselves and re. Saidia pia. Alafu, a lot of sisters, if you're in a Rasta ideology or you know about Rastafari as a sister, we are talking keenly to the daughters there. My baby, teach them. My baby, show them the right, and not the wrong, show them that, they're royalty and they should perceive themselves as so. So that's the eye. And for the sisters, we need them to be more involved. I'll see you. And we love them, and we give them our hearts, and we share that common cause to liberate one another, because it's not about the black man, it's about also the black woman who will also put in that, that powers and that effort to help the child, It's a balance. Rastafari. Bless the youth them. I'll see you. Drink a lot of water. Get a holy rest. And just love yourself still. Huh?
Yes, I. Don't tell lie vision.
Tell lie vision.
Tell I and I vision. Sin, yes, I. Stay tuned. Majesty, I.
Black woman, stop work. Stop lift up your blouse and skirt.
I me say get your education first. It no make no sense to sell your soul for your diamonds and pearl. Woman, stop twerking. Stop lift up your blouse and skirt. Get your education first. It no make no sense to sell your soul for diamonds and pearl. I see them selling them souls for money. Them selling them soul for power. Oh, them selling them soul for vanity. Me see them selling them soul for Rastafari. Woman, me say stop twerking. And me say stop no blouse and skirt. A Rasta say get your education first. It no make no sense to sell your soul for your diamond and pearl. Woman, stop twerking. Stop lift up your blouse and skirt. And me say get your education first. It no make no sense to sell your soul for your diamond and pearl. Oh, the sisters are the queen, is the mother and child who birthed the queen and the king in this time. Oh, you got to liberate Mama Africa, black woman, oh yeah. I'm calling out to you, I'm saying, won't you stop twerking? Stop and lift up your black Rastafari. Hey, listen, bless up the daughters, them. Love and honor.
Impressment. Then.
I take him. Liberation. I vision. Yeah, I vision is for the women to just, strength and powers to the daughters, them. Pull out the perm, pull out the weave. Pull out that plastic hair that you put in your head because you have something pure in your head right there. So, I heard the hair come from a place where the brain think. That's the chemical release called keratin. Keratin come from thinking. So imagine you chopping up how much you think every day or every time or putting, these chemicals. It's a destructive something they put in our culture because you find white people, they don't put these things. When I see white people come to Africa, they all have their natural hair. I never see a white woman put no wig or nothing wicked, something like that. Why African women don't like their own hair? We have to break that kind of idea that woman, nappy hair, don't look good. If you want to hang out with a Rasta man, 100% you have to be nappy to be happy. With I man still, Rastafari. Yeah, because I love how natural women look, They royal, man. Wow. And you find they have, even, it's the man who make the woman so, because if the man love how she look naturally, the woman will always look how the man wants she look, So the man sometimes say, yo, me like how the Beyonce look and all these women look. Why you not look like this woman there and re. Sasa unakuta mwanamke inabidi kwanza pia ajiconform na vile wewe unataka. So I man, king man, rise to the occasion and show the daughter that she royal with her natural beauty still,
Yes, sir. But also, when you see it from the sister's perspective, is if they carry themselves as a whore, as a prostitute, you find you as a man end up treating them like a whore and prostitute. So they end up raising pimps and things. But if they carry themselves, royally, you'll find even, men are humble.
Truly.
And they'll be raising kings.
Well,
Yes,
it's true what you talk about, but it's also a coin that has two sides. So when you look into it fully, I think when you see it, you see a bigger picture. Man, it's a very masculine world that we live in. If you look into it, in religion, there's Christianity, where is Jesus a walk with 12 disciples, all man. God has been perceived as a man. You go tell a Muslim, about Muhammad. They'll tell you Muhammad walk with, his people, his soldier. No woman in the mix there. It's a man thing going on. So these books have already brought this mindset. Adam is the man, and from his rib, Eve come out, which make the woman already very wicked or very low. She come out of the rib. She's not created by, God from the dirt kind of thing. And It's a funny way them set it, you know. Me not like how them set it.
She comes out of the rib and then she deceives you to eat a certain apple.
Yeah, and then now she was the one who was deceived. Eh? Sasa unapata yani mazeni ngori, hata dunia mwanamke hawezi kujikuta hata kwanza anaonekana yeye ndo alikosea nini. She's like a wicked deceiver. They make her look very bad in these books. So the world already has made it that way. Why? Because it is a race war. You know, there's a human race, but then there's a man and the woman in this race. So there's white man who don't. There's white people never like woman to be involved in leadership and these things. African people had that before. We had white queens and white leaders and woman leaders and these things. Pardon my line. Yeah, female leaders and queens and these things. You know, but white man never liked these things to control his power rule of things. So he wanted man to be the masculine force, to be the one that control. That's the world now we live in. So you find that even now, the hormones that you find that have been implanted in man within these foods we're eating, back to the food situation.
Back to the
food issue. They are trying to make man soft, turn like woman. So if a man turn like woman, him can't really be dangerous to the status quo. So because he's infertile, his mind is not thinking like a man, so he can't really feed his family kind of thing. He won't have children. That's not the direction he'll go. He'll probably be a gay person or this kind of thing. That's what you find in the West. So they want to turn man into woman. Even if they could make that penis go right back, turn into a pum pum. If them could, but them can't do it. But you know, so last year I know we in a location where this is the final frontier now. If they can conquer this place here, the battle has been won and the war is over. They can conquer Syria, all these places, but this place here is one place you can't really take over one time. But they're doing it a step at a time. That's why our youths have to eat right, to think straight, so they can, drink clean water, less fluoride in it, because the government water pretty much not so good. So what you could do is you put a little lemon to alkali the water, so you destroy the chemicals. When you drop some lemon in there, yeah man, or some sea salt, where you find these pink salt, this purple salt that they sell, magadi. Put a little magadi. It not taste good, but it break down these chemicals. That's how you drink it, or you boil it, or these things. There's a big war going on. We have to take care of our bodies for the future of our generations to come. And yeah man, love the earth and give a helping hand. Plant trees, because you see the youth don't even know the culture of doing these things. I don't know anyone in my time who care about these things besides Rasta youth. Like just random youth, they don't plant trees. To them is partying and other issues. They might buy credit before they buy a little seedling. They'll buy credit for their phone, for Wi-Fi, internet, or really. But these are the things that we need. We have so much work to do as young people, Rasta youth, specifically Rasta youth. Tuna kazi kubwa sana, jukumu la kuwapatia watu uwezo na mafunzo kuhusu vile watakavyokomboa ama vipi huu uzao hapa. This is umma. The people will liberate I and I. It's this time, because we have the information age we're in now, which can shed light in certain things we never knew about, Because if Kimati and them had internet, them never had that, but they mobilized one another. you know. So us, we don't have these, ways of the old days, but we still have the technological advancements that are now in our disposal. Make use of them something there, young people. For liberate I and I. Sell your merchandise, sell your crafts, sing a song, share your heart within these platforms. Don't care about what blow your ganja in the something there. Smoke a spliff and grow your ganja. Don't care what they might tell you, because why? At the end of the day, there's war, there's people doing wicked things within these platforms. We are here to shed light upon the liberation struggle of our people. We don't really care if they think, there and that there. Si tunafanya kazi ambayo tumepewa na wazazi wetu waliotuachia hii kazi. Unajua. So let's see.
Yes, sir. Give thanks. Tell I Vision. That was an interview with the man Lavosti, Majesty.
Powers.
Give thanks. Yes, I. Telling the youth to eat right. And it's you, the generation now. It's a make or break situation right now. You're the generation now either that's going to make change for good, or just continue with the destruction and extinction. Haile Selassie says it: collective survival or collective extinction. So message of unity still. This is I Vision, Rastafari Vision.
Ooh, yeah. I said it's niggas King Selassie I. Hail till I Vision, yeah. Ooh, yeah. With the culture and sweet vibration, oh yeah. We sing again, we say niggas, Rastafari. Hail no gus niggas, Rastafari. I will sing niggas, Rastafari. Hail King Selassie, I niggas, Rastafari. See, I was nowhere when I first met you. I had nothing of a word in I life. Oh yes. Then I met Rastafari, and it all became clear. Cha-cha, you are the air I breathe. Yes, you are the reason why I live. Said I am yours. Every little part of me, Emperor Selassie, you are the reason I live. Oh yes. So take this life of Papa John, oh yeah. You today as you wish. I take him and then King Selassie, you are the reason I sing this song. I say niggas, Rastafari. Emperor Selassie, oh, Jah Rastafari. Hail King Nogos Negas, Rastafari. Yes. Give thanks and praises. I Vision, we are gonna tell it to them now. Tell it to the world, to the young and old, the boys and the girls, yeah. Tell I Vision coming right to your town. Throughout the country and the city we no frown. Jah people rise and take your stands again, yeah. Liberation time for the youth them of today. Hail King Nogos Negas, Rastafari. Oh Lordy, sure. Rastafari live and reign. Give thanks. Man, Kombozi, you see. The time.